Hey guys, it's John from Everyday Carrion. Thanks for watching. Today, we're going to take a look inside my EDC fire kit that I keep in my truck on a daily basis. Alright guys, we're here on the table with my small fire starter kit that I keep in my vehicle or in my bag with me, pretty much all the time. First, we'll start with the bag. This is a Maxpedition Micro pocket organizer. A fantastic little option for more than just, a fire starting kit like this. It works great for holding anything. Most of the time I actually take the draw handle here off of it. I'll cut it off just to make the bag a little bit more compact, but this one I still have on there because I usually throw this one in my bag. So guys, when I started building my fire kit, and I've had this one around for quite a long time, I've modified it over the years, and the three things that I really look for what kind of situations we're going to be in that we need a fire is, number one, it's dark, number two, it's cold, or number three, the third situation we could find ourselves in is that it's wet outside. So those are the three things that I wanted to combat with this fire starter. Most of the time, you see a lot of fire starters on the internet, and what I've seen is they all are geared towards ways to get a fire started but not really keep it going. You see a lot of guys, they throw in a Bic lighter, a peanut lighter, matches, Sparky. They have all these different ways to kind of get a fire started, but they don't carry a lot of ways inside to keep it going or to produce a larger fire. So we're going to take a look at my small fire starting kit right now. First thing is I took off, this comes with a paracord little pull string. I took that off and I added it. This is just a Streamlight Nano light that I added on here. Because the first thing is guys, most of the time when we need a fire, it means it's starting to get dark. And it is really hard to get a fire started when you're fumbling and everything in the dark. So, with this little light, it's not much, but you can turn it on and get a little bit of light just in your work area to make kindling. If you got to shave some stuff, get it all piled up, at least you have a little bit of light near you to get started. So that's the first, addition that I made to this pack. As we open it up, kept it real simple, not very extreme. Got pretty much my fire starters on this side, and then everything else kind of to keep it going. We'll start, right here. I carry a Numyth Tohill lighter, kind of a fantastic upgraded peanut lighter. I know it'll strike every time. I never have to really worry about the fluid running out on it. Just works every single time that I need a fire. So that's my first, number one go-to fire starter right there. Moving down the line, I then have I got this from, it's a Sparky, Sparkwheel. There's quite a few places that sell these. I got this one from Triple Lot Design. I like, the design of this one, real good, but, many companies make these, great way to get a spark. So those are my two first ways. If I came down, and just was desperate, I do have a ferro rod. All this is a piece of paracord that I, melted one end and it fits in there pretty nicely. It's just a small ferro rod. You can kind of find these anywhere, and I could use a knife or something to get a spark, but that's really just a, last ditch effort to get a spark if these two don't work. But I've never really had a need to go anywhere, past my Tohill lighter. This is just a couple feet of paracord. This is from ITS Tactical. It actually has Jute cordage built into it. Great stuff to pull out. You can pull it out. It looks like this when you pull it out, make a bird's nest, and that's how I start most of my fires is with some of this started, because just the slightest of spark even on it, and this stuff just ignites. So, and then also if I needed to, if push came to shove and I was just in dire straits, I could use these strands for a bow drill or something of that nature, but I have a little bit of cordage with me as well. On this side I carry a small knife. This is just a Sog Flash 1, just for prepping, a little bit of tinder, getting some shavings. So just have a little knife. But most of the time with this kit I always have this is a Kershaw knife that I have. It's their Skyline, fixed blade. I'm able to do light batoning with this. We're not going to be cutting down the forest with it, but you know, some light batoning, you know, fixed blade makes fire starting so much easier. But I always have a small blade, you know, in the kit as well. So that's pretty much what I have for tools in here. And we'll start pulling some things out in the back here. I have some quick tabs. These are fantastic. These will catch a spark and light up. Burn for about 2 minutes. And I'll show you in just a second kind of how I assemble my fires, but you know, you just fray the ends of these and they'll catch a spark, and they'll light for, you know, or they'll stay lit for about 2 minutes. Moving a little bit further in, this is Instafire, kind of like a trioxane tab in a way, but this is, you know, kind of in a more portable form. I think I'm able to pour just the portions out that I need. This stuff will burn, you know, even when wet, and you can just make a small pile of it to get your fire started. So I actually have 2 bags of this in here, and that's really what I use. This will keep a fire going for probably 10 minutes or so. You know, so I'm able to get a small base fire started that I can build upon. Behind this also, this is just a Fresnel lens, you know, magnifying lens, but you know, if it was sunshine out and I needed it, you know, I could use this to start a fire as well. It's so light, so compact, I throw it in there. Got it at goinggear.com. Also on this side, this is something that I added a while back, and it is just awesome. It's just a soda can, just aluminum tin, but I'm able to set it up and make a windshield with it. You know, one of the things is, you know, I can stand it up like that to protect some of the wind, and I can get my fire started right here. See, this is one of the things that most fire kits that I've seen before, they all have ways of starting a small fire, but this is going to help me keep my fire going and easier to get it lit as well, because I can get, you know, nice and tucked in behind this windscreen and start to get a fire going that can sustain itself to the winds if it is windy out. And this is just nothing but a soda can that I, you know, cut up and made it fit in this pocket. And the last thing on this side is just, you know, 3 pieces of Fatwood. You know, Fatwood has resin that has, you know, been impregnated into it over time. You know, what I can do with this is I can take one of these and I can shave it down a little bit to get some real fine shavings that'll, you know, ignite very easily. I can use these, you know, 2 other pieces if I need to. These will burn. I've done, you know, testing. These will burn for 15 or 20 minutes. And that gives me enough time to, if the wood is wet around me, you know, to start to dry out some twigs and stuff around me to build a fire that'll be successful over time, even if it is raining. So that's how, you know, so that's the items that I have in here, and I'll show you kind of how I assemble it. What I do is I actually start with my jute cordage, because this is what ignites the easiest. I'll take this, and all you got to do is just kind of twist it up and turn it into a little bit of a, you know, bird's nest. So I'll take this and I'll get it all frayed into a nice little, you know, nice little bird's nest. And then what I'll do is I'll start with a base layer of my, you know, my Instafire, and you can find this online. But I'll start with a little pile of my Instafire, and then I'll take one of my quick tender tabs here, and all I'm trying to do is build my progression. And I'll kind of, you know, stand that up in the middle, and then I'll put my jute cord on top of that. And kind of what I'm doing is I'm building as I go here. I know that the jute cordage is going to catch fire extremely easy. I know that my quick tender is going to give me, you know, a small flame for a couple minutes, and that'll get my Instafire started. Now I can add more Instafire to it, and then I can start putting on small pieces of my Fatwood to get a fire that'll last me at least 30 minutes with just the items that I have here. So now I have at least a 30-minute fire that I can start drying out wood, get my hands warm if I'm cold, or if it's just dark out, now I have a source of light. So guys, this is what I use, and this is what I've put in my small fire kit. I hope you guys find it useful. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed the review of my EDC fire kit that I keep in my truck on a daily basis. Remember, this is something that I don't carry on my body. I just keep it in my truck, but I know that it's always there, and I know that I can always get a fire with it. If you have any other comments on this video, go ahead and leave them below. If you liked it, go ahead and hit the like button. And as always, subscribe to our channel for more EDC videos. If you need even more EDC information on a daily basis, check us out on Facebook at Everyday Carrying. And until next time, be safe.